one of the poems I did, this isn't on. Doesn't matter really, I don't care. Does this seem to be on?
It's on, I think.
Warning, if you get me in profile, I'm going to kill you again.
Okay, good.
Alright? I don't like it straight on. Alright, I'm going to do 2 poems. This night is about change, right? Positive change.
Yeah.
Very interesting conversation with a friend of mine, actually treasurer of Poetry West right now, about how change, positive change, is a relative term. If you think about some really bad people in history who think that they were doing things for positive change, just think the worst and what they might have done. We normal people, normal, it's very philosophical. I think pretty much everyone in this room would agree on kind of what's bad and what's good. Unlike, say, okay, you know what I'm talking about. Unlike, say, a person like Hitler, who might think that killing 11 million, homosexuals and Jews and radicals and all those kind of people was a good thing for Germany.
Those people.
Just people. Oh my God. Okay, I think it's good for Germany and good for the world. This kind of extermination.
Or Bush.
That's what I mean by relativistic. Relative. Okay? Girls. So I'm going to do 2. One I did earlier at Karen Peace's party. We're going to do that one here with music. So I'll do this one first. I have an adopted child, adopted at the age of 5. Never quite bonded with him, but he had a hideous past. And so I wrote this some years ago about him. I need to make a footnote. The footnote is jail because emergency placement was unavailable. And this is called Body Cast, and it's a true story. So obviously this is going to be about child abuse. I don't know if that'll stay there. Body cast. By the time my son was 13...
Appropriate.
Yes. All right. I'll just hold this and you've seen it. All right. By the time my son was 13, he was complaining they kept the jail too cold. I brought him a sweater and big thick socks, which were confiscated, so he couldn't hang himself or another. Yes, he's adopted. That weary phrase to which I cling to expunge myself of guilt. We couldn't seem to love him enough through the baggage saddling him from 7 months gestation, from the mother's failed overdose, to the boyfriend's violating a tiny child's innocence to get off for just a few seconds, just a few times. To a thwack against a wall during an annoying squall, which tempered the tantrums and immobilized him for a while via the blessing of a body cast. We're separate now, as we always were, I suppose. Him knuckling his disgruntled ways through alarm-equipped halls of a group home downtown, and our visiting rarely. I love you, he says on the phone. And I return the thought, which is shot into the cosmos, hoping someday it might register and impact his behavior. But now I'm befuddled by the concept of cause and effect, just as he was and is. It slips through our fingers like slew. On the one hand, he says, I love you. And on the other hand was his sister. And so, today I sit solo. He's off to the mall with those quasi-half-brothers and their own horrid histories, happily applying allowances towards stupid, noisy pastimes, anything to preclude rumination. I practice piano, trying to coax from it what a mother might wish for a child, for him to sing and soar. This gray day, it snows slantwise. The soft fall makes no sound. Little globs plop, and I think tears, opaque tears, from wherever. That place from which we both sprang, united for a short duration, and now mute in our mingled agonies, our separate selves. The piano's permutations fill me with the color of sound. the profusion and swell, and I derive some small contentment from the tranquil confinement of keys, their unequivocal symmetry, austerity, their simple, black and white.